fellow airsofters, my channel viewers. So one thing I did want to talk about just briefly, because tonight's video wasn't even about this, was this bad boy right here. And what I did want to talk about it was the other day, like a knob, I was so tired, and I came from a game. It was a full game day, so I do this process where I kind of like shoot everything through, make sure the mags are empty, etc. And it looks like in that testing process, because I took out 3 guns that day, I took out 2 guns that day, I forgot the battery in one of them. So 12 hours later, I remember this, and I don't even think I remember this. I picked up the gun to shoot test it for something. Yeah, I picked it up to shoot test it. And one man just said to me, check the battery compartment before I go and grab the battery. It turns out I had the same battery connected in it from the night before. Potentially, I don't want to quote this because I don't think I'm dumb enough to do this, because I always check it after games. Even when we're only out for one game, I tend to check it. So don't quote me on this, but it could have potentially even been in there from the game night, like when I came in, even so more than 12 hours essentially. And I noticed that one thing was, because this was the battery here, if you notice, there's no damage at all. So the battery is not puffy at all like you'd normally get. And the other thing is the cells. Maybe there is some kind of cell damage. I've got to get a cell checker. So if you guys got any recommendations, please recommend something for your boy. But so far so good. I gamed this battery last night at or not last night, no, the night before, at Future Survival CQB, and it was fine. Like I said, if you have a look at it, it looks brand new out the packet. It's quite interesting, to be fair. So well done Spectre Arms for building a battery that can hack that shit. And secondly, well done Double Eagle, is it double? No, Delta, sorry, Delta Armory on the Eagle ETU, because I've never seen a system do both those things. Maybe there is other systems. I know you have them soy boy tech heads online. Like, nah, bruv, this one does it and that one does it, but I've never seen this. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen this, so it's something I did want to share, because I was like, that's very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Don't on purposely do that. You don't ever want your batteries and guns for 12 hours and these kind of things, but I just found it interesting. I was like, I've got to share that with the channel, you know, because that means that this system's battery protection thing is really, really good, like really, really good. So, and at the price rate that is range that it's at, how can you go wrong? So I'm gonna love y'all and leave y'all and call that one short and sweet, because I've still got a whole long video to do. All right, peace. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, what's up, people? So without further ado, I'm gonna get straight into this one. If you are one of my long-term channel subscribers and supporters, you'll probably be excited for me on this one, just for the mere fact that I ran the VMP1 for a whole season and a half. Y'all, that was probably the time that the channel grew the most, to be fair, in recent times. And y'all saw how much fun I had with it. Y'all saw how much it was a headache when I had to switch platform, and what I went through just to kind of transition myself out of this platform to kind of where I am now. So this one, yeah, like I remember when my boys saw that I was doing this, he was like, I'm excited for you, because I remember this was basic. This gun is basically everything that the VMP1 should have been. So yeah, so we'll get further into it. This is the CQB stubby version, so this is what they call the VMP2-C. They've got a few different models. I think they've got the VMP2M and the 2D as well. So the D is the DMR smaller because of the size of the riff. For some reason, my camera, bruv, I'm gonna have to, do you know what, let me write that in my diary. GoPro registration. GoPro warranty. Because I'm telling you, this bloody camera just keeps on doing dumb stuff. Okay, let's get straight into the box. On the other side, it obviously shows the weapon, which I like. I like this thing. From I saw them do this on the VMP1, I was excited. They've got a similar style box with the high cappers, but it doesn't show the pistol, if I'm correct, which is the one gutting bit for me. So 3, 2, 1, and there we go. But there's nothing actually in there because I've got the gun on the side. But I'm gonna talk about some of the stuff that come in the box quickly, because I feel like that might be relevant to anyone watching. So we have a nozzle in there. This gun is one of my friend's guns. he knows how much I love the platform, so he basically decided to let me review it. So we are here. And I'm going to do some upgrades for them, because I feel like they've got a great thing here. Just, yeah. Anyways, so there's a nozzle in there. I'm going to presume that comes with the gun. For some reason, is it an adjustable one? Okay, it doesn't look like an adjustable one. So I'm going to presume this is like a lower velocity nozzle compared to the standard one. So I guess that's a good thing. I'm not sure what that is for, whether that's gas or CO2 or, do you know what I'm saying? I know Vorsk like to do this thing where they send you like a CO2 nozzle, so that potentially might be a CO2 nozzle, because I know that there is a green gas nozzle in there currently. These are goodies for me. Stuff I wanted to chuck in his gun for him. Again, the spring that came out of his other gun. So guys, so. And to be fair, I should just leave this on the side with this stuff. And it looks like that's it. So essentially what you would get in the box is the riff and the mag. And then obviously the nozzle and any tools that they'll give you. So let's keep the ball rolling. I love the size of the box. I probably sound like such a simp right now, but I genuinely love the size of that box. It's so small, it's so snug. You can just kind of tuck it in your bag and go about your business, which is quite cool. So if I weren't so built and stuck on the M4 platform, I probably would do it, you know. I probably would have done it. If M4 and AR-15s hadn't stole my heart from the beginning. So without further teasing you guys, this is the riff. This is the VMP2-C. And I believe the C stands for CQB. This is a limited edition version. His gun definitely needs a good clean though. But yeah, this is the limited edition version. Why it's in this nice, glossy, beautiful pink. So obviously it wouldn't come installed with things like this. Safety first, I do have lenses on. So I'm gonna drop the mag. It would obviously have the mag separate. That is a 20 round green gas mag. Do you know what? That's maybe something to talk about briefly. So I've noticed with the VMP2, whether it's 2C, 2M, whatever, they tend to love to send these 20 rounders now. Why? I wish somebody from Vorsk's team would let us know the answer to that, because when I bought the VMP1, every model came with the long stick mags, the longer one of these. I think they're 38 or 48 rounders. So I'm like, why have you guys just standardized these 20 rounders? I haven't heard great things about them because of the chamber not being big enough. You have to remember, this is a bigger style rifle with a working bolt. I'll show you quick. With a working bolt. It's not a pistol that just you're trying to just clear a slide and a nozzle. Do you get what I'm saying? This is a whole bolt system. So my thing is like, where's the 48 rounders? Do you know what I'm saying? However, I do kind of like it ergonomically, because for CQB, which is what this one's currently built for, or was created for, it kind of gives me that vibe that I could kind of get around corners real quick. Whereas with the longer stick mags, you'd have to be careful clipping corners of doors and stuff as you come around them. So maybe they knew what they were doing there. My only thing then is, why do all the other models come with that same 20 rounder mag? Because literally every single other model, even the DMR version. So that's that. I'm going to talk on good stuff, I'm going to talk on bad stuff. The first things that hit me was the mags, because obviously they're claiming that these are new mags. They are new mags. I looked at the design and compared them to an older mag that I did have. You can see things like the valve up here is a bit more refined. Your feed lips are a little bit tighter, so be careful depending on how you feed that in. And obviously, like I said, the consumption amount because of that bloody 20 rounder. So for me, I'm not sure if this is a win or a loss for Vorsk in terms of upgrading the mag system that comes with that whole VMP lineage of riff. Because like, don't get me wrong, like I'll show you quickly, like it works. I just don't know if I like little things like the mag, for example. You know what I'm saying? That's semi, that's auto. Do you see? That's another one of my gripes. But we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? It's alright, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, we'll get there. So that's the 20 round mag. The other thing I do, okay, so I'll mix it. You'll get good and bads from me, because obviously I'm half tired, and realistically, this is a gun I've been waiting to have around me for like the longest. You know what I'm saying? The longest. So I have a lot to say about it. So let's get into it. So mag catch, let's start there. It feels good. I like the pedal system. For some reason, I go to grab like a bigger mag, but that might just be me because I run M4 mag. So it would have been nice to see them introduce like an M4 system that wasn't HPA. That would have been really nice, because if you have a look at the size of that mag well, you've definitely got room to play with it. So why didn't you, even if you make a new style mag called like the baby M4 mag, like we would have I know I would have appreciated it, but I hear it. The standard VMP series mags are good. Feels nice going in, feels nice coming out. I just don't like that at points I find I can imagine finding myself doing this, and it's because you've got this massive ass mag well, but such a little opening, like almost like it almost looks like a Glock opening. It almost looks like looking down a Glock magwell. But the pedal feels good. The pedal feels really nice, I will say that. Feels solid once it's in there. Okay, so that's that. Your mag release does feel really good. The one thing I don't like is, if I ever needed to mag release and say I was here, what do I do as a right-handed shooter? I'm forced to then do all of this just to get there and do all of that. But I do like the pedal because it makes that transition very, very quick. But you see that thing that I just did there? Like, it just leaves you rattling around a little bit because you're expecting to just slam it in, but it's not as big as you think. Do you get what I'm saying? In terms of magwell wise. So there's that. The other thing for me, which is one of my hugest gripes with this gun, is the selector switch. What the hell is this middle safety down for auto? Because I find myself often thinking, okay, I want to chuck this back into safe. I think I'm in safe, and then I end up here doing this. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's because I'm on auto. So I don't know what the fuck they were thinking about this selector switch thing. I like the fact of safe in the middle. I like the idea of it. I don't know if I like the fact, should I say. I like the idea. I don't know if I like the fact, because the fact equals how it also ends up playing out in theory with the thing being like that, which is what my gripe is. I just don't think it works, because if you were in a dark environment, CQB, which is what this gun's built for, I could see you often doing that by accident and just not realizing, running away, sliding, clearing area. I could see it easily happening. So for me personally, that's a big gripe for me. The bolt catching I really like. Even the charging handle thing, I really love the fact that they send you the charging handle, because it is ambi, so you can literally just unscrew that bad boy. You want to be careful you don't damage your threads as well. So I try not to have it too tight enough that it holds and it stays and it does what I want it to do. But you will notice that that's something that I will explain it. You'll notice that that's something that I have to. We'll revisit that. So yeah, the whole ambi thing, I love the idea of that, because you see, it literally took me a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds, to literally just detach, reattach, and we're charging handling from the other side now. So I kind of really like it. Let's release that, and then we'll go back into semi for a sec for that bolt catch. I really like its realism. I could really see myself clearing the room, bam, bam, bam. And I really like that initial, there ain't much. Let's see, because it is late, so I don't want to take the piss. There is a little bit of recoil. I feel like the recoil ends up in the grip palm down here, and then maybe a little bit of that bolt recoil up round this bloody light. Why the lights don't like me? It don't like me. It always does this while I'm filming as well. It's so funny. It's all good. I think, yeah, there we are. The battery on it was dead. So it's all good. Okay, let's get back into it. Hopefully that one will last for long enough. So what was I saying? So yeah, I really like it. I just feel like I always feel like this with Vorsk. They do this half fake thing. So like, for example, the bolt release. I really like the bolt release, but for me, I don't need the whole bolt release. I need performance. So I wouldn't mind taking 3/4 or half bolt release just to make sure that that mag goes a bit further. So that's a gripe slash a good, like a gripe slash a good thing. Because like I said, like if I like the bolt, you know, the bolt is wicked, but if all it took was to cycle to here and then it would reset, think about what that trigger response would feel like even with a stock standard trigger like that. Don't worry, it's empty. With a stock standard trigger like that. Do you get what I'm saying? What else can I talk about? I really love the ambi thing because, like I said, for me, it leaves you as a player never being able to complain about that, if you get what I mean. And on most weapons that become popular, it does become the #1 gripe, or at least the top 5 gripes, one of the top 5 gripes with people, because you could have a great gun, but if it just doesn't facilitate your hand play style, what handed player you are, then do you know what I'm saying? It could be that also as much, if not more, detrimental in some ways. So yeah, so I love the bolt thing. I think I was just basically saying you don't need as much bolt because you don't need as much bolt movement, because yeah, I just don't feel like the recoil is there anyway. It just feels very recoil grip heavy. There's no actual recoil coming from that more upper section, and if there is, it's more, you're more feeling it from this mid frame because you're holding it. I love the bolt release. I really do like that, what it feels like. It feels very realistic for Vorsk Rift, especially coming in at that price. I love the fact it's got a TDC, so it has a TDC up top here, so you just turn, and even the fact that you could do that from out the game, it gives you that M4 style feel in a gas blowback platform, which I think is awesome. They need to do that more often. That should be like the base line for every GBB, but that's a story for another day. I do like the little low-key fiber optics. I just don't advise you wearing, yeah. Anyways, next thing. Because they're good, they look cool, I like them. I'm just not sure how well they'll work in a low light environment. But I like them, they look cool. Got to test if they work. Yeah, man, they do look really cool. I would have loved if they were green, but I guess because this is a special edition, they've given the design with a different color, which is perfectly fine. What else can I talk about? There isn't much compatibility unless you switch it with its own self. So they do this thing called the semi-only lower. So this one obviously has an auto switch, and then safe, and then semi. I believe the semi-only lower basically just gives you safe and semi. So I don't know, for you DMR players, you could just buy and alternate depending on where you play and how you're trying to play that day, and what play style you're using, whether your AR style maneuver or you're doing up ghillie antics for the day. What else? I'd have preferred a better handguard, but I guess it's CQB, it does feel comfortable. It is metal, so you do have some strength on it. Same like the flash hider, also some kind of metal, maybe a stainless steel or something. What else can I say? I do like the fact that they give you this Picatinny rail thing, because you can go slide on a fold in and out stock. So that's a really cool thing. Maybe something for my boy to think about upgrade wise. Because it's really cool. It literally just flips around, and then you've got like this long, very long style rifle, or mid-rangey style rifle. And then when you want to, you can hug the corners, knowing the full well that you've kind of spent your money to come in at a certain level. Yeah, I think that's the best way to explain it. You spent your money to ensure you come in at a certain level. What else can I talk about? The FPSs I saw online tend to look normal. To be fair, because I plan to build this gun on camera, so there's things that we want to do to it. I feel like they've done well, but they've just missed certain things. So some of the stuff that, like I said, Ambi love that, and I'm talking the charging handle, the bolt released on both sides, the selector switch both sides, the mag release both sides. Like, I just love the whole Ambi thing they did here. I love the different colors they offer, because they offer like a red, pink, like this, which is special edition. And they do a few others, but just off the top of my head, I can't think of it. The other thing is, what the fuck is this grip about? You know what I'm saying? On a platform that already looks ugly, don't make it worse. But it's still a good gun. Like, it reminds me of one of them like ugly bad bees. It's like, it's a great gun, but you just never be the one. Do you get it? Well, I say you never be the one. I've got stuff out. Do you know what? Let's talk about that, because then this video will make sense. I was gonna originally take this gun down just to show you guys, but I'm gonna do a building video of this gun, because I'm gonna upgrade it for him. So I'm just like, there's no point, because you guys are gonna see that again in 4 days anyway, so might as well do it one time so you don't have to see it multiple times. Yeah, upgrades. So there's a lot of things that are good on this gun, but there's a lot of things that also isn't. One for me is the barrel bucking and tension knob, barrel bucking, tension knob, and end pass housing. So I'll give a quick brief explanation to each one, and then I'll keep it moving, because my hay fever's playing up and I can generally feel my tiredness kicking in, and I do have to be up for a good time, and it is now 2:13 in the morning. So barrel bucking, what did I say? Barrel bucking and end pass. So barrel bucking because of accuracy and air seal and reliability, and maybe range. A lot could say range. The systems that they have in there already, they're alright. They're like a black 70-degree bucking, but they're not that all that great, like, because I believe they're knockoff versions. They're not necessarily from Maple. It's built it with like a screw-in inner barrel system, so often that thing will unscrew itself, and now you're losing their air that should be trapped in. You're losing it, and it's just because, for example, that barrel is now not screwed in. So that's why I'm changing out the barrel. I want to get better air seal, better accuracy, and the bucket will just ensure that that range stays consistent and that FPS stays consistent. So that's my plan there. The end pass is because my mate plans to run this gun on HPA as well as gas mags, so it just gives him the ability that through the turn, a couple turns of an Allen key, he could literally have something that is CQB worthy and CQB legal, as well as have something that is DMR worthy and DMR legal. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he spent a little extra money to make sure that he has the kit that he needs, or the kit comes in at a certain level. So that would be the end pass, that would be that stuff. EDC, but I guess we're sorting that out on the next deal. What else do you say? Okay, so that's that. And then the only other thing, peeps, I would what we're doing upgrade wise for him at the moment would be the lower receiver in terms of magwell, because like I said, he plans to run it both HP and green gas. He would be grabbing an adapter from AirTac, maybe an M4 style one, depending on what he goes for, because they do a few. They do like AR-15. They do a lot, basically, different ones. So yeah, so that would be the other thing. And then maybe I'd advise him to change out this grip, because this grip is trash. and then maybe buy a semi-lower for the times that he doesn't want to be bullying people, and you might be like, oh, this is a CQB version, what are you talking about? You don't have the barrel length. We're gonna upgrade it, maybe pass, and then we'd work our way lower. Sort out the script, that grip is horrible. Go HPA, and then obviously y'all know what comes with the HPA, tank line and regulator. So yeah, because then at least he has something that looks like a CQB gun but shoots more like an SMG outdoor gun. And then he has something, because of the nozzle, that he can use in and outdoors just by turning to his desired outcome. So yeah, that's the VMP2-C, people. I did plan to take the gun down and show you, but like I said, I'm going to do a video in a couple of days changing his barrel and bucking anyway. So I'm like, by the time his nozzle and the end pass comes, or his nozzle / the end pass comes, then it would make sense doing all of that. No point staying up tonight killing myself. So yeah. For those of you who did want to know before, if you're seeing this video early and maybe missed the new video of me taking the gun down, to take the gun, the upper from the lower, you'd obviously pull the mag out. There's a bolt here, you'd pull that one out. There's also a bolt at the back here, you'd pull that one out, and then you'd back the TDC all the way out, so there's no tension, and then it should then you've got a few more things to do. This bolt and that bolt, you'd knock them through so they come through the other side of the body, and then you should be able to kind of just like lift and hinge your receiver out. So we'll do a whole video on that. It's just I wanted to show you guys the gun, I wanted to talk on it, I wanted to give you guys the space to ask any questions that you wanted to. And yeah, I love that. There's a lot more things I can say. Like, if it feels lovely in auto, the semi feels really nice for such a small platform. It's really, really cool. It's probably the nicest, smallest feeling thing I've used recently, but it does need work, and I think that's why I did want to do today's video, just to unbox it and show it and just be like, it does need work. Even I was reading all over Reddit for the last week or two that when these first came out, people were having to bring them to a tech because Vorsk had built them without no lubrication, and I just find that wild as a company, because it's the least you could do for us. Unless that lubrication is going to destroy those mechanical parts, why would you not? You're just being cheapskates. So the one thing I'll do is warn them and say, please stop being cheapskates, because we'd like to keep supporting you guys. But if you guys have any questions, asks, I think what I'm trying to do this year is keep the channel smart, effective, quick, and useful. It was about unboxing this gun. It was about talking about upgrades and why those upgrades are viable. It was then showing you guys the upgrades while I do them. And yeah, until the next one, peeps. Y'all, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, something I do want to show you is I just realized this. If you don't like the pedal, this isn't ambi, but they do have a mag release right here that you can pull out. So, but there isn't another one, because obviously that's where the system works through on the other side. So they don't look like they gave you ambi with that, but it should be alright. You don't need it. So that is the VMP2-C from Vorsk, and so far so good. I like it. Like, if I didn't have so many guns, maybe I'd build one of these for myself, because I like the idea of, I feel like they've given you a platform that gives you enough room to grow upon it and develop on it. And if you're a player who doesn't want to develop on it and you just want to use it, you have the ability to do so. So there's enough parts on the thing and nozzles on the thing, and like you just saw, they send the nozzle with it, so you'd be alright. You'd be very much alright. But yeah, man, on to the next one, peeps. See ya. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.
Wow.